Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tara too. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. If you're a regular viewer of mine, you noticed probably that I just put up a video in the last couple of hours. Well, as I was putting it on other platforms, I came across something that made me come back. I just had to. So we're going to take a little rabbit trail. Shouldn't be a deep one, but it might be a fun one. And it's about weather. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This compilation, which I've already been working on and kind of decided, oh, it's a nothing burger. Anyway, it will be available to you if you follow the Facebook link so that you can see the places I'm going to refer to. Okay. All right. If not, or you don't use Facebook, just pause the video and glean what you can from the screen shares. All right. That's what smart people do. And you're all smart. Okay. Well, there is a tropical storm by the name of Don, D-O-N. And on discussion boards, people were noticing that the storm path took a somewhat of a letter Q shape to it. Okay. And when I went to the tropical storm risk that lists Don, this was the information I got. Again, we crossed back over. Don was making that Q. Now, here's why I originally was curious, because I thought, I wonder if the white hats are trying to indicate that the scales have been tipped for weather manipulation. You know, people weren't really happy about the fact that in my card reads, I haven't gotten that it's all out of the cabal's hands. Okay. Some of it, yes, absolutely. That's why mitigation is possible on storms and things like that. But I wondered if this was kind of one of those coded communications, and that was why I started the compilation. Now, and Anand's comment about this tropical storm Don was, why is this even being talked about in media? Normal summer thunderstorms in the Midwest have stronger winds than this retard, unless this is not about a storm. So maybe the white hats were making sure people like you and I that look for things that aren't quite explicit coded communications. I thought, I wonder if it's a coded communication. And then I found it interesting because of the next thing. This is the one that made me come back. If you look here, here's a lady I follow on Elon's site very happily. Okay. Just in the last couple of hours, a tornado destroys the Pfizer factory in North Carolina. There were, I don't know how many pallets of products that were totally destroyed. Well, our meditation last Sunday was about Big Pharma. We collectively joined our energy to ask that ingredients in Big Pharma that weren't beneficial be rendered either benign or beneficial. If you were part of that meditation, and hey folks, it's not too late, you can go watch it and just intend that your energy joins us. Guys, talk about making ingredients benign. That tornado really did it. Now, what would have been frosting on the cake is if that tornado had been generated from the tropical storm Don, but as far as I can see it wasn't. That's not even close to landfall. So it's not going to jive that close, but close enough that I think it's worth asking the universe about. Here's my question. Going back to my original thought of, since there's a lot of media chatter about this storm Don, and the path of it seems to be making the 17th letter of the alphabet, is this an attempt or an effort by the Alliance, the White Hats, the good guys, however you view them, to let us indicate and maybe to rub their nose in the fact to the deep state the scales have been tipped and some important weather control mechanisms are now in white hat hands. Hi, Chloe. We have a co-host joining us. So let's ask the cards and see. Have the scales, we're asking, has there been a shift in the power paradigm of weather manipulation, and is more of it or a majority of it now in white hat control, plus other insights or information the universe wants us to share? You think that'll be a good one? I do too. Let's find out together. Oh, and then, okay, universe, we're curious. Insights and information. Have the are the white hats and the alliance trying to signal to us, and maybe just rub the opposition's nose in the fact that weather control is now more solidly under white hat control than deep state. Now we know, folks, that there are mobile cloud making equipment, things that could be being used. So I'm not saying it's an entirety situation, but have the scales been tipped, plus other informations and insights? Let's find out. Oops. Hey, that one's a jump. The Emperor. We got a yes already with the Emperor. He is my ultimate white hat alliance card. Do you see how the universe tries to communicate with us? Okay, I'm going to set that over there and continue shuffling and just see what the universe wants us to know. We got a yes. I think the only thing that would trump the Emperor card in my deck would be the Star card, the 17th major arcana. Okay, we have the Hanged Man, the Nine of Wands, Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, which is the younger version of the Emperor, the Nine of Swords, the Sun again, and the seven cups. I'm sorry. Oh, let's talk about those cards. Okay, again, this jumped out. The Emperor, just telling us, kind of a heck yeah. There's been a change under new management. Now, let's look at overall major arcanas. The more of them we see, the more definite the answer is, the more nothing can stop what they're talking about. Okay. And we have 1, 2, 3. If you count the one that jumped out, 4 out of 8 cards are major arcanas. So yes, weather control. Guys, we should be seeing less of the extreme and unusual weather for places where we live or that we know the weather cycles because of this change. Absolutely. Okay. And in the future, there's going to be less worry for us about weather fluctuations that are man-made or man-augmented. Okay. Now, here's the elements of the cards that led me to believe that. Okay. The situation was indicated, well, first of all, by our jumper, the Emperor, and then the Hanged Man, looking at things in a new way. That's why I said, apparently, a lot of weather control is now under new management. Okay. It didn't come easily to them. It was a hard-won strategic game, and they have reason to be very proud of having increased their control and access to those systems and removing it from the shenanigans game. Absolutely. Well done, folks. Well done. Okay, recent past. I'm getting that they paid for some information that really paid off and helped them to make the strategic moves necessary to gain control of those systems and the weather manipulation. So good job, guys. Good job. Okay. Current, we have the Chariot on the move. Okay. Some of the weather control, like I said, or weather manipulation equipment is mobile, he's on the move. So those are still in play, but more of it in white hat hands, absolutely. Okay, and what I said in the future, less to worry about. First of all, we've got the 9 of Swords. That card is always about, there's less to worry about than you think there is. Okay, so in the future, less to worry about as far as the artificial and unhelpful manipulation of weather. I mean, if we have a chance to affect the weather, it would make more sense to optimize crops, to take the edge off of droughts, to take the edge off of extreme winter weather that is harmful to wildlife, or that, means that people are freezing in their homes or things like that. Take the edge off what occurs naturally and increased for the benefit of the majority things that that would be helpful for the best possible outcome. Let's get a couple more cards and see if there's more insights or information. Okay, we have the 8 of Swords and Magician. He makes things manifest. Again, just letting us know, yeah, it's under white hat control, and it will be used judiciously and with an element of balance to how it's used. So good job, white hats, good job. And if I didn't explain these better for the near future, the insights and information card, the sun, again, weather, and happiness and joy. Okay, then our 7 of Cups. This card is always about choices. So yes, they can use this, just like so many things can be used for totally opposite purposes. But what we're being told is it's in the hands of those that will use it for good. Absolutely, the majority of it. I'm never going to claim that the deep state, until we totally transition out of this earthly realm, into a better state, I'm never going to claim that they don't have any access, but it's been severely changed, okay, and curtailed. And that is excellent news for us. All right, now let's look. Out of 7, 8, 9, 10 cards, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, half of them, major arcanas. Important question. I'm glad the universe nudged me to get back on here and take a look at this. Okay, let's recap. The reason I came back was I saw that news that just in the last couple of hours, the Pfizer production plant had been destroyed by a tornado and hundreds of pallets of product had been destroyed. And I'd already been looking at a tropical storm Dawn, which has formed in the shape of a Q. And I was wondering if there was some coded communication going on from the White Hats letting us know that the balance of power on weather manipulation abilities has changed. So then I was thinking, oh, there's not enough to go there. I saw that about the Pfizer thing and I thought, oh, there might be enough to go there after all. Let's do this. I'm glad I did. Now here's what we got during the read. First of all, we had a card that jumped out, the very first one, the Emperor, our ultimate white hat card. And our question was, are the white hats trying to signal to us that they have suddenly, or all of us, currently got an increase and a preponderance of the weather manipulation abilities? And white hats showed up. So it's kind of a yes right there. Well, we kept going. Out of 10 cards that got pulled or jumped, because I had 9 that I pulled, 5 of them were major arcanas, letting us know this is huge, because in the past, the weather manipulation has been used to increase the harm done by naturally occurring or ecoterrorism fires, to increase droughts, to lessen crops. The list is endless about what it's been used for. And my personal thought is anything that's technology, that if something can be used for good, use it for good. Even if it has a negative purpose, we weren't intended to explore the limits of the negativity, but to explore the endless possibilities of the positives. And I do believe that the White Hats and Alliance will do that. if they use this, it's now not going to be just simply trying to lessen the impact of things that have been done in a nefarious manner, but to create and promote the best possible outcome when it is used judiciously, like I said, to lessen the length or severity of a drought, the length or severity of a winter storm that is harmful to life, both wildlife and human life, things like that. There are times when having some capability to tweak wouldn't be a bad idea if it was done for the right reasons and for the best possible outcome. Okay, so after getting the emperor saying white hats are on it, looking at things in a new way, I said weather control is under new management. And it was a hard-won victory. And a thank you to anybody involved in that on the part of the Alliance, White Hats, whether they're on world or off. My sincere thanks. The recent past card was the Six of Pentacles, which made me think that they paid for some intel that really paid off nicely for them. Money well spent, if so. The current card was the Chariot. He's the younger version of the Emperor. Doesn't back down from a battle, forward motion, always kind of on hand when a move's going to occur. So and that's why I said maybe some of this is mobile equipment that maybe is now in white hat hands, or production of mobile equipment is now in white hat hands, so that the balance of power will continue to shift more and more towards only in the hands of those that use it for good. Okay, got to use those powers for good, people. In the near future, not as much to worry about as far as weather manipulation that's not beneficial. Thank you. Okay, the Sun card showed up as our strongest insight and information card. Weather, the sun. And this is a success and joy card, and kind of a celebration of life card. The Cups card talks about choices. Okay, now again, using your powers for good, we know that some of the choices that have been made in the past haven't been for the benefit of mankind. Okay, there have been people that have no love for humankind making decisions and choosing to harm and impede humanity, and that ability is lessening. And then the way forward is clear if we just look. That's what this card means. Okay, so again, we can see, if we have eyes to see, the things like that storm path, the tornado affecting Pfizer. And like I said, I had to laugh about that because we had been asking that ingredients that weren't beneficial in any big pharma product please be rendered either benign or beneficial. And I thought they don't get much more benign than when they're destroyed. So good job, meditators. And then knowing that change has happened and more a preponderance of the ability to manipulate weather is now in the hands of white hats. The magician is the ultimate manifester. So manifesting weather is going to be done with balance, with an eye to long range beneficial as a result of this. So fabulous cards, interesting information, right? I think so. I thought so enough that I came back even though I was done for the day and moving on to some home chores. So that's it for this video, and probably it for tonight, unless something big happens, and I've always said, hey, if we have, that cascade, we hit the precipice and we get a cascade and I have to do 4 or 5 videos in a day, I'll do it, guys. You just need to be aware that after a while my voice gets raspy, but I wouldn't mind having a raspy voice because big, wonderful events are rolling out. And that day will come. That day will come. And we will celebrate my raspy voice, won't we? Because it's all for the greater good, because we're finally getting things squared away. In the meantime, I thank you for joining me. I thank you for being patient with my home production and kind of quirky nature. And I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much for watching and being part of this community of Laura's View and Tara too. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that means you haven't watched me on YouTube and interacted in the comments. Because there's no money in that for me, but we've got a nice community going. So you can find friends and support and positivity there. And you can disagree and even have something a little negative to share. Just do it nicely and have it not be directed as any kind of a personal attack. We're confident enough in what we're doing and saying that we don't mind if you disagree. Just do it politely. Okay? So until next time, love, light, and everything bright. Bye.